Hey folks, Matt here from KH Camera to give you a short walkthrough of how to clean your gear like a pro. First, you'll want to make sure you have the right tools to do the job. I recommend getting a small air blower to knock away any dust or fuzz. A clean, lint-free lens cloth or disposable wipes. Don't use any facial tissue or tissue paper or it'll leave fuzz on your lenses. A second cloth, like a microfiber towel, to give everything one final wipe. Some specialty lens cleaning fluid. Try to use liquid designed specifically for camera lenses and not eyeglass lenses because they're made of different stuff. You can use alcohol in a pinch, but don't make a habit of it or it can damage the coatings on your lenses. A brush or two to sweep dirt and dust away. A toothbrush or unused paintbrush or makeup brush should work just fine. So let's start with your lens. Take all your extra pieces off of the main lens, so your front cap, lens hood, any protective filter you might have on, and your rear cap. So take your brush and sweep out any dirt, lint, dust, or whatever you might have in your zoom ring, focus ring, aperture ring. Also get any switches or other small areas on the lens. You can also do this with the filter threads on the front because they tend to hold on to dust. Just be careful you don't brush anything into the glass or you risk scratching it. You can also give the mount a pass. Next, grab your blower and gently blow away any particles that may have come to rest on your glass. Make sure the glass is clear of any grit or debris before the next step because, again, you don't want to rub anything hard into your glass that could scratch it. Then take your lens cloth or your wipes and put a drop or two of lens cleaner on it. Don't spray or apply anything directly to the glass because it could sneak down in between the cracks in the side and get onto the back of the glass, which then becomes a whole other issue. Take your cloth and gently wipe the lens in a circular pattern, starting from the inside and making your way to the outside. You may want to take another cloth or a dry piece of your cloth to go gently over it again, just to buff out any liquid so it doesn't leave any spots. One thing to remember is that a lot of zoom lenses have moving elements inside, which can pull the glass toward the interior. Make sure you adjust your lens so that it's easy to access the glass if you're cleaning the rear element, since you don't want to put anything inside the lens. Take your microfiber cloth and give everything but the glass another wipe. This should collect all the leftover dust and lint. Oh, and make sure to clean out your caps before putting them back on, because what's the point of cleaning a lens and then putting a dusty cap back on it? So just brush these out and give them a blast of air. Most of the time your lens hoods are pretty self-explanatory, so just give them a good wipe and they're generally good. Any lens filters remaining, just clean them the same way as you clean the front glass of your lens. Give it a circular wipe with the fluid, do another dry wipe, and then blow off any leftover dust before reattaching. And then do the same cap cleaning to the front cap. And your lenses should be good to go. And then let's move on to your camera. Take your brush and do the same sort of sweeping process you did with your lenses. Making sure to get around the lens mount area, any assembly seams, your buttons, the hot shoe, in between rotating dials, and that sort of thing. Really any small areas that you can't reach with your cloth, except for the mirror box or sensor area. Don't sweep in here. In extreme situations, you might be able to clean the mirror off with a cotton swab, but be very careful. Most of the time, all it takes to knock off a little dust is to gently use your blower. Definitely don't use compressed air here, because for one, it's way too strong, and two, it could leave tiny microparticles that dry on your sensor and again make a big mess. Many DSLR cameras have a sensor cleaning or mirror lockup option that gives you access to the sensor in order to clean, but I don't recommend putting anything in there at all unless you're willing to take a risk damaging your camera. If your sensor has any smudges on it, it may be worth paying a professional to clean it for you so that it doesn't accidentally get damaged. Flip your mirror back down if you've got a DSLR and put the body cap back on. Don't forget to clean your caps out first. Then take your lens cleaning cloth and with another drop or two of liquid, wipe down any LCD screens on your camera. You can be a little rougher on these screens than you can with your lens glass, but it shouldn't take much force to get any nose grease off. You can also clean out the viewfinder screen with a cotton swab and a single drop of lens cleaning solution. Gently rub it around, and then use the other dry side to buff out any spots. Blow out any leftover dust with your air blower, and give the whole thing a wipe with your microfiber towel to pick up any more loose dust. Now, if you're looking to do a deep cleaning or even disinfect your gear, that's not difficult either. Just take a little bit of mild soap and some warm water. You really don't need much. Less is more here. You don't want to soak the equipment. It is electronic after all. Then you can very carefully scrub the outer areas of your gear, trying to focus on high touch areas like the hand grip or focus ring. Do the opposite here as you did with the dry brush. Avoid any body seams, buttons, or internal areas. The last thing you want is any water getting into your gear. You can also do this process with isopropyl alcohol, but again, I don't recommend making a habit of it since alcohol has a tendency to degrade old plastic, rubber, or leather grips. You can also just use a disinfectant wipe on the exterior of your gear if you've got them. Wait for any liquid to dry and give it one more wipe with the microfiber cloth to get rid of any spots. And that's how to clean and disinfect your lenses and cameras. For more maintenance tips, photography, technique, or any kind of gear advice, give us a call at 1-800-DIAL-KEH or visit us at www.keh.com.